Hey, everybody, what's up? This is Konvos with Caramel, and this is episode 4. And I got my girl Rita Fajita on this episode.
Hi.
Yes. Hey, girl.
Hey, girl.
So,
Hey.
hey, I feel like I've known you for years. Because I've been
Yeah,
eating your good food for years. That's all I'm gonna say. Yes, I'm still waiting on my
definitely.
meatloaf, but hey, I just had to throw that in there. But yeah.
I got you.
um, it's cool when you meet people that you just vibe with naturally. Cause I know many a times I can't pick up my food. We done had discussions and all that stuff. And I was like, okay, I gotta get Rita on my show. That's what I
Well, I
said.
appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yes. Yes. So, Rita Fajita, can you please tell the people a little bit about you? Just give them a little brief history.
Got it. Long story short, I grew up on the south side of Chicago, a few different neighborhoods, Inglewood, Auburn, Gresham, kind of where my stumping grounds were. I went away to school, came back home. I'm very creative, so I got into a few different things. I was doing hair and nails and makeup, and
Wow.
this cooking thing sort of came by surprise a little bit. Like I wasn't the best cook when I was growing up. I'm not gonna lie. They used to talk about me and my family. They
Oh,
used to call
wow.
me. I don't know if you ever watch like Good Times, but you know how like Thelma used to mess up the food. Like they used to call me
Yes.
Thelma because the first time I fried chicken, I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't even flour it. I just seasoned it and put it in the grease, girl. It was real bad. But
Naked chicken.
now look
Naked
at
chicken.
me. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. Uh, Once I came back home, went into retail for a little bit. Well, not a little bit. It was about 15 years that I did it. And I had to get surgery. I had a gallbladder removal, and it was a little worse than what expected. So my recovery time was a little bit longer, but this happened like right before COVID, and I didn't go back to work, and I basically just started cooking, and I was just like, yeah, I was doing little small things like family gatherings and my own parties, and people were like, "Can I give you some money to cook this for me?" And I was like, absolutely, I love coins. So yeah, so that's kind of how I ended up here.
Okay, okay. Wow. Wow. Girl, I didn't even know
Mhm.
you came. That's why your face looks so familiar too, if you came from retail. That's the world I
Yeah.
was in for plenty of years.
Oh
So,
yeah. Yeah,
yeah.
definitely.
Yeah. So, with that being said, I know you said they called you Thelma and all that stuff, but who really inspired you to start cooking?
I'm gonna say it was definitely a combination of
Me?
Who's that in the background? Busting into our
I
conversation.
know you did it in the middle of this and
Yes, and I'm not
so,
editing this out neither. No.
what? He
Who's
did.
the big mouth? Who's the big mouth in the background? Talking about
He
me.
said, "Who is the big mouth in the background?" Crazy self. That is my significant other, my
Okay.
hubby, my boo, my man.
So
Yeah.
is
So
he the
it's
one who
he
inspired you
he
or
kind of he kind of pushed me. He definitely pushed me out there. It was him and a combination of not wanting to go back to retail and work for somebody else. I wanted to be on my own schedule, and when you get in retail management, it's really really draining and time consuming.
yes.
And we only have one child, but it was to the point where like I was burning myself out. I was barely like seeing them, and it was really bad. So I was like, I got to figure out how to, still, provide, assist in providing for my family and make a living and be able to navigate that the way that I want to. So yeah, I kind of stuck with it.
Okay, so with them, encouraging you to cook,
Yeah.
how did he influence your journey though? Like with getting started and stuff.
So he definitely pushed me to be more seen. I'm still not big on social media like that, but this was kind of like when I was first like, really getting into Instagram, and I had a my Facebook account was was old as the end of time from when remember
Right.
when you used to have a college email address to get on
Yes.
Facebook and it had to be a .edu. That's how old my
Yes.
Facebook account was. So that was the only thing that I was really like active in. I didn't really use Instagram or Twitter or like none of the other stuff like that. But he promotes parties as well. So he definitely pushed me out there and he speaks me up in rooms where yeah, in any room that he's in, he definitely makes sure that the conversation is brought up about me or if there's an opportunity. And that's been from the very beginning. So yeah,
Okay, that's a blessing to have somebody in your life to
it
push
is.
you, especially
It
when
is.
sometimes you be in slow motion and you be like, "Oh my gosh,"
Yeah. I
and
was
they give you
nervous.
that push.
Yeah, I
Hmm.
was definitely nervous about it. Like coming from retail, don't get me wrong, like it was a lot of customer facing and I went from being like a cashier all the way up to like having my own store in my years in retail. And you have customer, facing things and you always talk to people and it's always a different, type of customer. Nobody is ever the same anytime, but it got to the point where I was meeting like all these different people and I'm like from all different walks of life. I'm not even gonna lie. And
Mm,
it made me nervous, because you can't handle everybody the same way. You can't deal with everybody the
that
same
part.
way. And he was just like, yeah, you just need to be yourself and you're fine. Just figure it out. You're gonna be all right. So yeah,
Hmm.
he made me more
But
comfortable with it.
yeah, don't I mean, especially not only that, but even working your retail job, didn't that help you with getting into this field, especially working for
Yeah.
yourself?
Absolutely, absolutely. If anything, I can run a store, okay? And essentially,
Hmm.
this is my own store. In any space that I'm in, it becomes my store because I don't have a food truck or a brick and mortar, but my catering company is home based. So even with that, like my kitchen has turned into my store, and I'd be like, all right, get out of my workspace. I'm making it happen right now, y'all. They be like, but we hungry. I don't care. This I gotta work right now. So
Not you
yeah.
put them on the back. Hold up. I know you don't put them on the back burner while you.
No.
Oh, okay,
Girl,
okay.
they be having me in here
Yes, you
cooking
do.
too. Oh my God. Oh
Should
my
I
God.
be interviewing him too? Should
Oh
I have
my
made this
God.
a couple interview?
You should have, because
I,
he's
I, I
ridiculous right
guess
now.
so.
Oh
Over there
my
chiming
God.
in. So
They have
before,
me making 2, 3 meals a day sometimes. Like they don't I cook the things that I cook so much
yeah.
of it, like we don't be wanting to eat that. I'm not gonna lie. It's not just them, it's me too. So we don't eat typically like what I'm cooking for my clients. We might taste it a little bit, but for the most part, we're like, all right, so what's for dinner?
I'm not gonna say
Yeah.
nothing because you be posting and I be like, dang, I wish I was at the table. Dang, because I've seen your breakfast, I've seen your lunch, and I've
Yeah.
seen your not to say I'm a stalker, but when you be posting that for, I be like, oh my gosh, if I'm gonna hit up and get up, put an order in or something.
Kids got
Cause I
extras.
swear it be looking too good.
Thank
Like,
you, thank
man,
you, thank you, thank
yes,
you,
yes, God has blessed you. Trust me. If I
thank
could
you,
get a
thank
piece of
you.
that.
I got you. Tell me
Okay.
about
Um, so as you said, you went to school and everything else. What was your first thing that you wanted to become? Because like you said, you weren't into chef, but you were working retail. But when we go to school, we have our big visions, our big plans of what we gonna do and how we gonna do it. And yeah, sometimes God has other plans for us. But what did you want to become initially?
I wanted to be a hairstylist and I wanted to own a salon initially.
Okay.
So when I started high school, so I went to Curie. I graduated from Curie.
Okay.
Shout out to the Condors. I went to Curie,
Uh-huh.
and one of one of the majors that I picked, my number. I think you got to pick like it was like the top three that you wanted to
Okay.
get involved in, and cosmetology was my number one, and radio and TV production was my number two.
Oh
So by the
wow.
time that I got there, when I initially signed up for school cosmetology, the cosmetology program was still active. But by the time I got there, it was no longer active, which pushed me to
Oh, wow.
radio and TV. So once I got to college, like I'm gonna be honest, I did want to go to cosmetology school as soon as I graduated, but my parents was like, "Go ahead and
Go
get
to
your butt to that
college.
university."
Okay. Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
I went to Illinois State. I graduated from Illinois State University. So I kind of just kept the same path going down there. Honestly, I really didn't know what exactly I wanted to do because even though
Hmm.
I got into, I was a communications major
Okay.
when I got there, and I still didn't know what I wanted to do. So I started doing what I knew best. I opened up a business and started doing hair and nails out of my dorm room. Got in
Oh
trouble for it. My
wow.
RA didn't like it, but
Oh
yeah.
wow.
But yeah, I started doing hair and nails down at Illinois State. So that it was my passion for a long time. And even after I graduated, when I first started working retail,
Hmm.
I I was doing both for a while.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't have a whole lot of clientele, but I have like my regular clients that would come to
Of
see me every
course.
week, and I would just yeah, I was doing both. So it's always been sort of a
Cool.
passion of mine. But yeah, anything
Cool.
creative, I love it.
And isn't that funny? Communication majors. We graduating communication. What do we end up doing after that? Well,
Exactly.
I can say communication is used in a lot of how can I say, a lot of jobs, a lot of things that we do secondary. But it's funny. There's a lot of communication majors out there. A lot of them who say, "Oh, I'm finna do television. I'm finna do radio."
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, but
It did
end up
not
at
work out that
customer
way.
service,
Yeah.
management. They end up in different places, but
Yep.
yeah.
And that's
So,
that's where it landed me. My first retail job was at Best Buy. My
mhm.
best friend was working there at the time, and I was I had my own clients, and I was also an assistant in a salon. And
Oh, okay.
I was like, well, I need to do something else. I'm like, I need a 401k, I need some benefits and all of this. So she was like, yeah, come on here. She was like, we're doing open interviews today, girl. Come on. They interviewed me like right there on the spot. I did 3 interviews in one day and got the job. And I was locked in ever since. So I spent about, I think I was at Best Buy for maybe um 5 or 6 years, maybe something
Okay.
like
Was you
that.
in
And
management then, or were you in customer service? What were you
so
in?
I started off in customer service,
Okay.
but like I said, I'm real creative, and I learn things very quickly. So once I got in the door, like it was up from there. Like I wasn't even there that long, and I started off in customer service, and then they taught me how to cashier and all of that. Just taught me the systems, and I was moving real fast. So they basically made me the hiring manager. Like the store didn't have an
Okay.
official hiring manager. They were just kind of like doing random interviews, and whoever could
Hmm.
take it would take it. But they gave me the opportunity to kind of build my brand with that in the retail world. And
Hmm.
like I said, I started conducting interviews and, organizing the paperwork. And I was even doing training classes at one point. So they had created this
Cool.
position just for me. And that kind of got my name out there in retail. And I was able to move around a little bit more. So when I was ready to move up and take a higher position and move stores, like it wasn't an issue because I,
Okay.
I had put in so much work already.
Okay. So were you a because you said you were a store manager, that's the highest you went within
So
retail.
so eventually I ended up leaving Best Buy and I went to T-Mobile. So once
Okay.
I got to T-Mobile, same thing. I was on a path. When I initially went for my interview, I talked to the store manager and he was like, basically asked me like, what is your end goal? And I was like, I want my own store. And he was like, all right, I'm gonna help you do that. You put in the work, I got your back, and we good. And that's exactly what I did. So within about 6 months of me being there, I got store keys. I wasn't an official store manager, but I was basically like a key holder and a store
Hmm.
lead. So if the manager wasn't there or the assistant manager wasn't there, then I would basically take over. And even when they were there, they would still let me kind of, exercise the things that I knew and put me into action. So yeah.
That's
And
cool.
I jumped stores like crazy, like in especially at T-Mobile. I will say that they don't if it's something that you want to know and it's something that you want to learn, they kind of put you
Mhm.
in a position to do that, whether it's with them or with somebody else. There was like really no gatekeeping with information and access and stuff like that. So
That's cool. That's cool.
yeah,
Yeah, that's cool. So it seems like all the things you've done, with retail and stuff, it's really prepared you to have your own thing, and that's cool.
definitely.
That's cool. So, what is one of the biggest risks you have taken throughout your career?
Who? Um, I will say that the biggest risk for me was definitely leaving retail because that was a guaranteed check. It was guaranteed stability. It was guaranteed benefits and all of these things that come with, having a salary job and, a network, as far as, things that you need to do and how you need to move around.
Yeah.
When you work for yourself, you got to figure it out. And it's no
Yes.
guarantee that people are always going to want to buy your product. They may not want what you're selling at the time. But I will say that background definitely helped me set up because I did a lot of work in operations. So
Mhm.
it helped me set up, like I would have I would have my
Yeah.
weekly menus and I create a link to make it easier for people to order so you can see exactly what
Yes.
you're doing. And you have to have an operational process in order for those things to work. So that was probably the biggest takeaway that I had working retail all of those years is that you
Mhm.
got to have some sort of system in place in order to make it work.
And that's cool because I see your system. It definitely works for you. Yeah,
Yeah,
when you put out those links, I'm definitely one of the first people that click on that link. Like, what she got there? What she got
you
this
do.
week? Oh yes.
Yeah, you put that you do the link and then you text me like I put my order in, so
Girl,
I'll be
I'll be there. You know what time I'll be there? I'll be there after work.
right. Hilarious, but yeah. So
Oh, girl, and I'll never forget that day. I put that link in and I forgot all about it. I had to come to you.
you
Like, you was
did.
like, girl, you didn't pick up your food. I was like,
I
I'll be
was
over
like,
there
come
tomorrow.
get it.
Please, what time I can come? I'm coming to
Yep,
get it.
yep.
And you
I
still
remember
had it
that.
hot and ready for me. So I was
I
good.
did.
I
Yeah,
appreciate that.
yeah.
Um, so let me ask you this about cooking right now. Can you share a moment when you questioned whether this was the right path for you?
I still question it. I question it all the time.
But that's truthful. That
It's,
that
I
that is
mean,
truthful.
so again, a takeaway from retail was one of the biggest things that I learned is that you have to be able to pivot when things
Yes.
change because the climate isn't always the same. Like during the building of my brand with Pink Print Catering and my food and my recipes, like all of this started during COVID. So
Okay.
the
Okay.
climate, like today's society and the climate is definitely not the same. Things are more expensive now. Food is definitely more expensive
Yes.
now. So it's not just like a one-time thing. Like it happens consistently. Like I question myself all the time, but I don't look at it as a bad thing. It makes me challenge myself.
Mhm.
It forces me to pivot and to figure out another solution because there's always more than one way to skin a cat. You know what I'm saying?
Isn't that what we was
So
told? So
yeah,
yeah. And we see that
you
in life more and more every day,
yeah.
right?
Yep. So, like I said, I still do. I still do, but it forces me to be more creative and to pivot and to figure out how to connect with my customers more and all of those things. So yeah.
Okay. So who gave you your first opportunity to really show your skills? Other than your family,
Ooh.
because your family was talking about you at first.
They
So
did talk about me, and now they don't even cook. Girl, they do not cook for holidays at all.
for
Ridiculous.
real, they depend on you.
It's a mess. They will not cook. None of them.
Girl, that's crazy.
But what was the question again? I'm sorry.
Who was the first, like the first person or the first set of people who gave you your real opportunity to showcase your food?
Oh, my first my first job that I can remember, it wasn't very big. But it was I was kind of like still experimenting, like selling plates at the time.
Okay.
And a homegirl of mine, I think she had took, I want to say it was like her aunt or
Hmm.
somebody, but her aunt had, I think it was like the salmon and mashed potatoes or something like that. It was one
Hmm.
of my very like early meals when everything was like $15, and I was like, just come pick it up. But
What was that? I
um
think I met you after the 15.
everything used to be $15, and then stuff started going up, and I was like, oh
Yeah.
no, wait a minute. But that was the first order that I can remember, like outside of my family or outside of like my own, where I had to like, cater and do something in bulk and not just
Okay.
individual meals like here and there. But yeah, that was the first thing, excuse me, that I did. And I'm not even gonna lie, the like my salmon has always been, I love salmon. So like
Yes.
it's gotten a lot better over the years. So I seasoned the hell out of that salmon, and that salmon was so good. And I can't remember. I got to experiment with the mashed potatoes, and I can't remember what I put in it. But she didn't like the mashed
Oh,
potatoes that much. And
okay.
after that, I was like, absolutely not. And it wasn't even a bad review. She was basically like, they taste a little different than they did, when I
Before.
first bought it.
Hmm.
So I tweaked the recipe, and I'm like, well, if you want to come back and get some more, I got you. And you always want to take care of your customers. But after
Okay.
that, like I don't think I've had a bad review since then. And I wouldn't even call that a bad review because that was my first job. And again, it
Hmm.
was an experience. So I learned from it. And again, you just have to pivot with those types of things. So yeah.
But that's the thing. We're supposed to keep on learning. We're supposed to
Yeah,
keep on
absolutely.
learning.
It was
And as
definitely
long
a
as you
learning
take it
experience.
as learning instead of criticism, I think that helps you
Yeah.
to grow.
Absolutely. I didn't take it as criticism, or I didn't take it in a negative way at all, because I mean, people like what they like. And like I said, I knew what I did. I was in here experimenting, like, yeah, let me put a little razzle dazzle. She did
Razzle
not like
dazzle
the
on
razzle
that.
or the dazzle on those
And they just
potatoes.
didn't like the dazzle. They like the razzle though, but
The
they didn't
razzle,
like the
right,
dazzle.
right.
They ain't like the dazzle,
Yeah.
girl.
You
Yeah.
absolutely right.
Yeah. So um how does culture, how does culture or your background influence your cooking style?
Ooh, I will. I'll say that. So, so in my family,
Hmm.
my father was sort of the backbone. My father passed away in 2018, and he was the backbone of the family. And the way that our family would, like, we had a tight knit family when I was growing up. Um, and again, my dad was like the family manager. So anything that needed to be done, anything that needed to be taken care of, like my dad was that person. So holidays, he was cooking. Um,
Okay.
he would grill 2, 3 turkeys every year for Thanksgiving, smoking them. After Thanksgiving, we would have a burger night where he would make all the
Mm.
burgers. So it was things like that. Our family that was sort of our focal point. Like we would
Yeah.
gather around food and just kind of enjoy each other's company. So my dad was definitely an inspiration, for my cooking. So when I cook, that's what I want people to feel. And I've gotten so
Mm.
many times, like people will get my food, even when I'm like out at the club and it's just something as simple as tacos. The amount of times that
Yes.
I've gotten, these are the best tacos I ever had. Or I could tell that you love what you do, or I could taste the love in this
Your
food.
food.
Or
Yeah.
you put your big toe in this, in this rice, like stuff like that. So I get those things a
Yes.
lot, but it comes from a place of me wanting people to feel like, like my dad would make the rest of my family feel and make me feel. And yeah, so
That's cool. That's cool to have that. Cause and also that helps you to remember him too, right? As you,
absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely.
That's
Yeah. And
dope.
it
That's dope.
and my dad, like I said, he was he was like the family manager. Everybody loved him. Everybody was scared of him at the same time. Like he was the uncle that was like, okay, don't make us call Uncle Byron. You cutting up in school?
Oh
Don't make us
wow.
call Uncle Byron. Like that was my dad. So yeah.
Oh wow. That's cool.
And the crazy thing is the my style of cooking is very different from what my family's style of cooking is.
Okay.
But but that was a basis for me, so it allowed me to experience those recipes and kind of put my own twist on it. So I just built on the things that I already had.
Hmm. That's cool. So what would you say is your signature dish?
Ooh. um
Cause you make so I'm just gonna brag on you and boast on you. She makes a
okay,
lot of things well.
I do.
Makes a lot of things well. The mashed potatoes she was talking about earlier with the too much razzle dazzle, she got the
I got it
perfect
now.
razzle dazzle on it now. So I don't know. I can't complain. And I had the luxury of tasting that meatloaf, that turkey meatloaf.
I haven't done that
I'm still
meatloaf
waiting
in
on it.
so
I'm still
long.
and
I'm gonna make a meatloaf this week, and I'm
okay.
gonna make sure you get some.
Thank you.
I'm gonna make a
I will
meatloaf.
be there. I will be there. Just tell me and
I
I'll be
got
there.
you. I'm gonna
But
make a
yeah,
meatloaf.
so what is your signature dish?
The simplest thing that I could say is probably the veggie fried rice. The veggie
Okay.
fried rice with the garlic cream
With the
sauce.
garlic cream sauce. Because I was about to say you can't have that rice without that garlic cream sauce. Oh,
With the
when I
garlic
say
cream
that
sauce.
sauce is good, that sauce, I put that on everything.
The amount of times that I've gotten, it's cracking this. I know you sprinkle some crack on. I'm like, just a little bit, just a little bit,
Just a
just a
little
little
bit, just
bit.
a little bit. Okay.
Yeah, but it like right off the top of my head, that's probably the thing that people request the most. That and the tacos and the
Yeah.
lamb chops too. The lamb chops are
Oh,
really
them lamb chops is fire.
those are
Them lamb
different.
chops is fire. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Those different. They real different. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Colonel, you got me hungry over here. I'm not gonna even say it.
You
You
laughing at
got
us?
me. Yeah, you got me hungry. So, um, with this, hmm. So, I want to know because I want to go like spiritual with you.
Mm.
In what ways has your food been like a form of healing or a connection in your life, whether it's just with you or with your family?
Excuse me. Um, it's definitely served as a form of healing and an outlet for me because like I said, my dad passed away in 2018, and that
Mhm.
was he passed away right after like no, I think it was right before COVID started.
Yeah, that was
Um,
before because COVID
yeah,
started in
yeah,
2020, girl.
yeah.
Can't nobody forget
So
that.
it
Mhm.
was right before, and I'm not even gonna lie, I was in a really, really like dark place,
Yeah.
and with me having I wasn't able to kind of like move around like I wanted to. Like I said, my healing process took a little bit longer, and I was just like, yeah, I was losing my mind. And
Mhm.
cooking was the thing that like helped me get through that. So when COVID like rolled around, I started doing Taco Tuesdays at home. It was just me and my family. And when I tell you, like that was the best feeling ever. I would get up and get dressed. I would
Mhm.
do my makeup, I would do my hair, and then go sit in the kitchen. And we would turn
Okay.
on music and we would party like it was Taco Tuesday. It was just the three of us.
That's
It was just the three of
nice.
us. So that's kind of how it started. So when things started to kind of like open up a little more, we started inviting friends over. So people would come over. And
Mhm.
at one point, I was doing Taco Tuesday for free. It'd be 50, 60 people in my house.
Girl,
It
that's
was crazy.
crazy.
Like it grew so fast. And because of that, that kind of like helped. It gave me a lot more. It allowed people to see me more,
Okay.
as far as like what I could do, because that was
Mhm.
the time where I was experimenting with everything. And I'm like, ooh, I could try this. Ooh, I could try this. And he was like, well, he said, won't you try putting some of that salmon in them tacos? And I was like,
Mhm.
yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. So like
Yeah.
it took off from there. Yeah.
Cause you cause you used to make regular tacos at first, right? But then you got into the burrito tacos too.
Yep. Yep. I
Cause
was
that's what
doing
you
like
serve now.
yep. I was doing like regular open faced tacos, with all of the toppings and the
Of
fixings on it.
course.
And
Of
then I
course.
started experimenting with the birria tacos, and I would make the consomme and a little dipping sauce and all of that.
Oh, that
And
dipping sauce.
yeah,
Okay.
so initially when I first created and came up with the recipe with the garlic cream sauce, it was for the tacos. It was a dipping sauce for the tacos, and it didn't go on the rice.
Okay,
It
but
got on
that
the
on
rice
the
by
rice.
accident.
That part.
It got on the rice by accident. So one of my homegirls, she she put it on the rice. She made a plate. This was a Taco
Mhm.
Tuesday, and she made a plate. She was like, "Oh, what's this?" She had never had it. She's like, "Oh, what's
Okay.
this?" And she put it. She just put it on the rice. So when I turned around, I'm like, "Oh, that's the dipping sauce for the tacos." And she was like, "Nah, this finna go on this rice, and I'm about to get some more." So I'm like, "Let me taste that." And we was like, "Oh, yeah, it got to go on the rice now. It automatically
Yes.
goes on the rice. So now when I make the tacos, it automatically goes on the rice. It
I
tastes
don't
so
know how
good
that's
on
gonna taste on that mashed potatoes. I think that might be good on the
good.
mashed
I
potatoes
had it.
too. You ain't, I don't know, because I'm thinking like I can put that on mashed potatoes. I can put that on my meatloaf. Girl, yeah, I'm
I
already
had it. It's good on the mashed potatoes. It's amazing on
okay.
the mashed potatoes. I had it. Yep, I had
Ooh,
some.
okay, okay.
I definitely did.
Girl, just take notes of this because I'm coming for that order. So, so, how do you personally define success now compared to when you first started?
Ooh, initially it's success for me, and again because I was coming from retail and
Hmm.
I no longer had that stability like like I was used to. I didn't have
Hmm.
a safety net anymore. Um so success for me then looked like, okay, I got to keep up and I got to make the same amount of money that I was making
That
during
part.
retail. So
Mm.
now that I've gotten comfortable, success is more so just how the well-being of my family. Not that that wasn't a thing, initially, but navigating, learning how to keep up financially with what I was making before, because T-Mobile was paying me some good money. I ain't even gonna lie.
Of course, of
So
course.
trying to keep up with that was hard for me, and I was in a place where like, damn, I'm having some good days, I'm having some bad days. When it was good, it was good. But when
Of
it slowed
course.
down, I was like, shit, no, like we got to figure it out. So, thankfully, I have a partner who supported that still, and definitely stepped in when he needed to step in. You're welcome.
He's just gonna keep on
Definitely.
chiming in. He's gonna keep on chiming in.
I don't
Tell him I'm gonna
believe
slide
him.
him for an interview in a couple more weeks. I got
She
him.
need one. You got an
Okay.
interview coming up in a couple of weeks. You're
Yes.
gonna put it on your calendar.
Okay.
Oh my God, he getting ready to leave out the door.
But he had to add that
Okay.
in. Hey,
Hey.
that's Rita Fajita's
Okay.
business partner right there.
Yep, the one and
The
only.
one who got her going, the motivator.
Oh my God. I'm
I
gone,
don't
baby.
believe.
Okay, I'll see you later. I don't care about
What?
interrupting your interview. I don't care.
Hold on, we appreciate you motivating her to do this because that food is good. Thank you for sharing her with the world. That's what I can say. Thank you,
You're welcome.
girl.
I'm here fighting for my life
No.
every day. Okay. That's
Oh
all day, every
gosh.
day. I be fighting for my life. But yeah. Yeah. Okay, I'll see you later. Drive safe. Love you.
So I want to know because as women, I know I heard you say like sometimes you had to keep the family on the back burner because of our drive for success. And I'm
Mhm.
I'm so happy you had a partner that understood that because Yeah, we want to make sure things are right, just like they, because our partners definitely, they definitely want to make sure things are right. Being the men, being the providers, or whatever. But also as women, we want to make sure our families are together, are right, and everything like
Yeah.
that. But I want to find out, like, since that time, how have you evolved? Not just like a chef, but as a person.
Ooh, I've become more at peace um,
Mhm.
with myself. I think the older I get, my spirit just kind of calms. Um, and again, this was part of it was because of like the issues that I was having with dealing with my dad's death. Like
Okay.
we had so many back to back deaths in our family on both sides, and
Wow.
it was like once my dad passed away, the next year, I think it was like the next year or two, my grandfather passed away.
Wow.
Then my uncle passed away. My grandmother passed away. His
Mhm.
cousin passed away. His brother passed away. He had
Wow.
another cousin that passed away. Like it was just ongoing. And it was about like almost a 2 to 3 year span where every few months, like we just had somebody to pass away. And then my cousin's husband passed away. My baby cousin passed. Like it was just a lot. It was a whole lot. So now I'm able to, everything is not so much about the hustle and bustle. So it made me kind of focus and slow down and enjoy the time that I have with my family and the time that I have with my friends, and it
Mhm.
provides a sense of peace for me. Like I'm not the most religious at all. I don't really go to church like that, but I am very spiritual. So yeah.
Okay. Okay. And that's a good thing that you're able to be open minded to see it like this, because a lot of people would have had a lot of resentment through that. They
Yeah.
because going through like that traumatic, because that's a traumatic experience to have that many deaths like back to back to back to back. But I'm gonna say this because you know I thank God that season is over for you.
Me too. Yes.
Okay, but it
Me
is.
too.
I say anything we go through, it's all a learning experience. It's all for the betterment of us through this life journey, because we all are
Yeah.
on this journey, living life and learning. So yeah,
Yeah.
and it seems like you've learned a lot.
I have. I'm proud of me. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm
I'm
proud of
proud
you
of me.
too.
Thank
I'm
you,
proud of you
girl.
too, honey. For real, just
I
to
work
hear,
hard.
hear those humble beginnings where you come from to see where you're at now. Yeah, that's anybody's journey. Yeah, everybody's journey has been some rough patches, some good times, some bad times. And for us to still be here to talk about it today, hey, we made
I
it.
appreciate it.
And we
Yeah,
want to keep on
definitely.
making it too for some more. But yeah, we made it. So if you could tell your younger self one thing, I'm gonna say no, not one thing, whatever you would want to tell your younger self, that you've learned in this time now. If it's one thing, one piece of advice you can give your younger self, what would that be?
Keep going. Just keep going. Things are always gonna change. Things are always gonna evolve. But the the best thing you could do is to keep pushing yourself,
Mhm.
because when those different situations come up and you hit your different trials that you got to go through, because everybody got to go through something in life, and when
They
that
do.
comes up you have to figure out how to keep going. It's okay to be sad and to grieve, and whatever that may look like, whether it's a person, an experience, a job, or whatever. Like we grieve different things and we grieve different things differently.
Mhm.
So that would be my word of advice, just to keep going. Keep
Okay.
going. Don't be discouraged. It happens. Like things happen, and it's not always going to work out in your favor. So you just got to learn how to take that to the chin and figure it out and keep going. And don't be embarrassed about, things not always going the way that you expect them to.
True.
Like everybody go through something. Like don't ever let anybody make you feel bad about your experience, whatever that may be. So
I love that advice. I love that advice because a lot of people need to hear that. Um, because that can help them move forward. So, if anybody wanted to find out what you cooking, get in contact with you for a catering gig or
Yes.
whatever, how would they do that?
So my Facebook is Rita Fajita. On Instagram is Rita Fajita the Pink Print. Rita Fajita the Pink Print everywhere else except Facebook. It's just Rita Fajita. But I typically post, my menus and where I'm gonna be because I do weekly events. I also have a weekly Taco Tuesday at Linger Martini Bar. We start at 7 o'clock. We close at 1 a.m. So that's my standing weekly event. And then outside of that, I do one offs and other partnerships with like other bars and stuff too. But you can also pick up for me, or if you want a catering order, you want me to bless your family, I can do that too.
I know that's right. Share that love with us.
Yeah, yeah, man. I love y'all, man. I want to give that back. So yeah.
Okay. So I'm still thinking of a name for this segment because I'm gonna start doing this. I want to call it Rapid Curiosity Convo. When I get this
Okay.
segment together, I'm gonna let y'all know. But it's like 5 rapid questions that I just need to answer for. Need to answer for whatever the first thing that come to mind when I
Okay.
ask you these. So I just need you to answer them. Just a couple of fun facts about Rita Fajita. So, what's
Okay.
your favorite comfort food? Favorite comfort food? Girl, it's
Favorite
supposed to be
comfort food.
quick.
It's
This
supposed
supposed
to
to be
be
quick.
quick.
It's supposed to be
You know
quick.
what? Right now, my favorite comfort food is the spinach. EFO.
Spinach.
I eat a lot of African food. That's my favorite
Okay.
comfort food. That
Okay.
and fufu.
Mm,
That's
okay.
my favorite comfort food.
One ingredient you can't live without.
Veggies. Any kind of veggies. I put vegetables in everything.
Is that an ingredient though? Or is that a
Yes.
food? Oh, okay.
Technically, it's an ingredient because seasoning ain't nothing but dry veggies.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna say I thought it was herbs and spices, but
That's
hey, I'll
all
take
that.
that.
It's
I'll take
it's
that.
it's all the same.
Sweet or savory?
Savory.
Okay. Early mornings or late nights?
Late nights.
One word to describe your journey so far.
Beautiful.
That's I be trying to clock that T, but I
Yeah,
can't even get it right. Huh? Maybe I should snap to that. That might be better.
we could do both. We could do both.
Okay. That's hot, beautiful. I love that. Well, Rita Fajita, I thank
Okay.
you for joining me. I thank you for joining me. But before we get out of here, got one more thing to one thing to talk about because I like my statement pieces, and these
Okay.
are my statement pieces. These glasses right here.
Ooh.
Y'all know I
Okay.
still sell sunglasses. Luxurious views with K. Yes.
Okay.
You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, all those places. Luxurious views. I think it's
Yes.
by K. Yeah, it's been a while, y'all. So I'm still selling glass. I still have them for you guys. If you're looking to get shaded with me, I got you. I got you. So yeah, and these one of the pieces I have. All
Oh,
right.
cute.
So hey, hey, hey. Thank you again for joining me, Rita. Is there anything else you want to share with people before we get on up out of here?
No, just thank you. Thank you all for supporting me wherever I am. I have people that pop up, pull up,
Mm-hmm.
whatever it is. Thank you for having me on the show and thinking of me,
Of
to do this.
course.
This was fun. I definitely
Girl, I
enjoyed
eat your food
myself.
all the time,
You
so
do?
why wouldn't I? Like
You
whenever
do.
you,
I
I told you,
appreciate that though.
whenever I see that form out there, yeah, I'm clicking on it. And I be
You do.
mad when I miss them days when I just missed about 2 or 3 days. I be like, dang it, I just missed the plate. Oh.
Yeah,
So yeah.
I appreciate it. I appreciate every sale,
Mhm.
every piece of rice y'all bought, every drop of sauce, everything. I appreciate it all. So
And
yeah,
we
thank you.
appreciate you too. We appreciate you too. Well, thank you guys for joining me on this episode of Convos with Caramel. And we will definitely be here again next week. Well, I will be here again next week. She should be here watching the show next week. But yeah,
I'll be here
I'll be
watching
here
next week.
again next week. You guys have a great week. Enjoy your week.